What's going on? I hope you're having a good day. For this video, I want to go over the options that I use for my video settings. This one should be pretty quick, so let's get right into it. First of all, most of these are going to be pretty subjective. I like using 70 on my field of view. Granted, I used to use 74 a lot, but from utilizing mousesensitivity.com, I found out that a 70 field of view here was pretty close to a 103 field of view in Overwatch. So that's why I had this set up, just so going between the two games was a little easier in terms of field of view and sensitivity. Now, I recommend turning all these off and motion blur all the way down. Having motion blur all the way down will help you better see your surroundings while moving. Weapon depth of field, I think if this is on, it may impact your frame rate a little bit. How much, I'm not completely sure. And then this just changes the look of the game to a point that, especially when I'm recording, it just doesn't look as good. And you'll see one reason why, because I have my settings mostly low. So I recommend having these turned off. Now, the colorblind, of course, this can help people who are colorblind, or if you like the colors better, you can try that. As you can see, though, these are presets and you can't change anything. There should be an option, I believe, that's going to be coming with the January update that allows you to change these independently, the colors and everything, so you can mold this to fit what you need or what you want a little better. Now, up here, ADS field of view, this is something that is interesting. I personally have to have this on. What this does when it's off is use the default field of view, not the one that you've set. Now, this means that I think the default field of view is 54 or whatever, it's the or 50, 54, something like that. So what it does is default to that field of view, not the one you have set. So when you ADS, you'll get even more zoom. Now, that may be beneficial for you. Personally, I just increased the zoom level on my weapons for that. But it would annoy me when I was trying to quickly scope in on someone who was moving, and it would throw my aim off. So personally, I use ADS field of view on. Now, going into the advanced tab, most of this is kind of irrelevant. I'm pretty sure the DX12 is still really hits your frame rate pretty hard. It's still pretty crappy. So I have that turned off. I don't want to use it. High dynamic range, it doesn't matter if it's off or auto for me because my monitor doesn't support it. So I just leave it to off. Frame rate limiter at 200 for me. That's just depends on what you want. I have a 144 hertz monitor, so I would rather have my frame rate above. If I could cap this at like 160, that's what I would probably do. I don't know why they don't allow us to have a custom cap, but that's something that I would like to see them implement in the future. Now, when it comes to GPU memory restriction, I mean, you could try this out and see. I just have it off, but it shouldn't really be a problem for me whether it's off or on. Now, when it comes to my settings, of course, I use custom. I have everything on low except for mesh quality on high. This will impact character models, so it'll make it a little easier to see enemies in the distance and whatnot. They'll stand out a little more, and as if it was on low. Now, I use anti-aliasing post, TAA, simply because without it, there's this like weird shimmer on everything. I don't know if that's ever been fixed or not. I think I tried a few weeks ago and it didn't seem like it was fixed. So there's a weird shimmer without it, so it was, for me, it's kind of a requirement to use. But doing this and having everything on low allows me to take advantage of my refresh rate at 144 hertz. Now, you may be asking yourself why I don't play on full screen. It's really just a personal preference for me, and I've been having some issues trying to figure things out with the new capture card and stuff, and running full screen on a few things I was testing was not possible at all. So I just leave it on borderless. Another reason I leave it on borderless is that it makes it way faster for me to alt-tab out of the game, which I seemingly do a lot. So that's just me. Otherwise, I would just play on full screen. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll catch you on the next one. RAMTEID out.